Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with a product review. Now you might have seen these in one of my recent hauls. I picked up the fake dupe, not really dupe, although I think they are, fake eBay version of the Real Techniques Bold Metals brushes. Sorry that they're all a bit dirty. I have used them today for demonstrations for this video, so I'll be inserting those throughout. And I use them, most of them, pretty much every day for my makeup anyway, because I really like them. So I'm just going to sort of run through prices and some of the things about the brushes first, and then I'm going to go through and individually evaluate each brush, tell you what it's meant for or what I use it for, and all that good stuff. So we'll start off with prices because that's really the biggest difference here. I paid $11 for these, including shipping. So shipping was about $3. And I have also seen people grab them for maybe like $7 off eBay. I don't know if they were including shipping in that. So I sort of estimated you can get them from about $7 to $15 off eBay for the whole set, which is insane because that is cheaper than even one brush off anywhere for these. Got like 2 pages of notes just so I really covered lots of information for you guys. So the 2 main places people I guess would buy these would be Priceline here in Australia and off the Real Techniques website, I guess, if you're around the world or whatever. I'm assuming Real Techniques is based in the US because it was US dollars and everything. So for each brush, we'll start off with the big fluffy brush, which is the 100. This is $26 US on the Real Techniques website or $65 at Priceline. So that is an incredible price markup. Even converted from US to AU, it's probably like $40. So the fact that this is $65 is insane. Then the next brush, the 101, is this weird triangle brush. This is $24 on the Real Techniques website or $58.99 at Priceline. Again, ridiculous. The next brush is this eye brush, the 200. This is $16 on the Real Techniques website or $38.99 at Priceline. Next eye brush, similar one, the 201, is again $16 and again $38.99. The last eye brush is the 202, and this is again $16 online and $38.99 at Priceline. $40 for this tiny little thing. And then the final brushes, the 300 is $24 on the Real Techniques website and $58.99 in Priceline. And the 301 contour is $26 on the website and $65 at Priceline. So these two being the priciest brushes of the bunch at $65 at Priceline. While they are good, I think it's absolutely insane. Another thing I want to mention, which everyone should know by now, is the all-famous iHerb website where they do sell these. They sell all the Real Techniques brushes for amazing prices. You can get, there's a three trio, where you can get, I know it's this brush and maybe an eye brush and the blush brush, maybe 3 of the sort of common brushes, and it's $65 for that set. So it's the price of 1 for 3, and they're the real ones. So if you're looking for the real ones, definitely check out iHerb because, you know, if you're the kind of person who really wants to get the real ones, not the fake ones, then definitely check that out because I'm even considering picking up some of the real ones just to really ultimately compare them and just to have the real ones as well, because obviously this is not metal, whereas the real one is metal. So I don't know, just an appearance and, you know, a makeup obsession person thing. Most of you would understand. And also I just want to add that I was playing around with Celeste's real ones yesterday. She has 4 of them, I think. And I just want to note that these are a little bigger than the real ones. I think this one, the real one, might be a bit bigger of this fluffy brush, but the contour brush is a lot smaller and a lot denser. The eye brushes are a lot smaller, so they're more precise. And the ones that need to be precise, they're a bit smaller, and I feel like the eyeliner eyebrow brush is probably a bit smaller and more precise because this is not that precise and it's quite, not fluffy, but I couldn't imagine doing eyeliner with this really. But yeah, the sizings are a little different to the real ones. And as for quality wise, I haven't noticed any shedding with these. I will say I haven't washed them and I'm sorry about that, but I have pretty sure I've heard from other people that they're fine with washing so far. So I'll be washing them soon and I can maybe update you guys. Also, they are a lot softer than the real ones. I found that really, really interesting. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I feel like it works in my favor with these. All really soft. This one being not as dense as the real one, you can contour really well with it, whereas Celeste said she can't really contour with the real one, so that's interesting. And yeah, all just super soft. Like, I just love wiping them all over myself because they're so soft. This fluffy brush is just insane. Like, I have another Real Techniques multitask brush and that almost feels rough compared to this. I love this. I think I've covered all the details, the pricings, the important stuff, and so now we're just going to dive straight in and evaluate each brush, tell you what it's for, and yeah. Starting off, I'm going to go with my favorite brush, which is the 100, and I just have called this the fluffy brush. And I like to use this for setting the face. It's just really, really nice. It doesn't pick up too much product, which is really good as well because you're not like packing it on. Again, as I mentioned, I've had a demonstration, so at some point while I'm talking here, I'll be inserting me using this brush, how I use it. And so yeah, really soft again, it feels really nice on the face, feels really luxe. Some other suggestions for this brush, it's a bit brown, you can tell. I like to use it for bronzing. I think it works really, really well and gives you a nice soft bronze, and it blends it in super, super well also. And even for blush, if you just want to cover a large area, as the blush brush is quite small, and then after you've done your cheeks and you just want everything to blend together seamlessly, just blending this around, swirling it around your whole cheek area just makes everything smooth and nice and blended. And yeah, this brush is pretty much a dream brush, like my Real Techniques multitask brush. I feel like it can do almost anything. The next brush is the 300 blush brush. Now again, this obviously you use for blush, that's what it is. And so yeah, it's nice and small, so it works really, really well for blush, but sometimes a little bit too small, hence why I like to go in with the fluffy brush after. But yeah, it's good if you want to pack it right onto an area, and then you can sort of blend it out with this little guy. It's nice and soft, easy to blend. It also doesn't pick up too much product. But yeah, I don't know, I think it just works really, really well. I really like it. Some other things I think you could use it for is under eye setting. I think it's nice and small and precise, so it would just fit under there really nicely. And also I have used it sometimes for highlighting, just because it just, I don't know, it just has that nice shape. It sits nicely on top of your cheekbone. But again, this is definitely one of my tops as well. It's just really, really nice and essentially just a baby version of a fluffy brush, so a bit more precision with this one. The next one I'm going to talk about is the 201. This is the first eye brush. I just call this a fluffy blending brush. It is quite big. It's not as small as your usual tapered sort of blending brushes that get right in there. So what I like to do is use this when you don't need your eye area to be precise, or I don't know, just as a base, and then you'll go in with a smaller brush for more precision. So I've used it today, as you will see, just in my crease. It gives depth to your eye, but also because it's such a big brush, it's not too harsh. Like, it just looks really, really subtle. Most people probably wouldn't even notice it. I just notice it because it's my face. But yeah, it does blend really, really nicely. And then sort of once you've blended the brown into your crease, you can just wipe it off a little bit and either just blend around the edges to make them more seamless, or go in with a skin color tone and blend it around and it'll be fine. Like, it's not going to leave you a messy, harsh line. That's not what I mean by it's not precise. It's just going to cover a broad, wide area sort of, and it's hard to get exactly right in the crease if that's what you want, but I've got plenty of other brushes for that. Another one possible other use for this, I think, would be maybe spot concealing. I think if you just grab a bit of concealer and, spot conceal, everyone knows what that is, why am I explaining, and then blend it out, I think it would work really nicely. The next brush, which is again one of my tops, I think, just because it works so well. It is the 301 contour brush. So as you can see, wide and flat. As you'll see in the video, I sort of create a line and then I blend it around. I think this just works really, really amazing. Whether you're using a cheap contour like my Australis contour kit, it can go patchy, but I haven't found it to happen with this brush. Like, it just works amazing. You can get the harshest or the softest contour because it does blend it out quite a lot if you want that, or you can keep it quite harsh, which I like. Turn it on the side as well and you can blend, sort of almost bronze it around so that it's not just one line. This brush is just amazing, and again, really soft, but not too soft and not too dense. So it's kind of, they've almost done this brush perfectly. Like, I couldn't really fault it. And as for other uses for this, I couldn't really think of anything. So you might use it for something else, but I honestly wouldn't put this anywhere on my face besides the contour, because of the shape and the density, and just a contour brush to me. The next brush is the second eye brush. It is quite large for a flat shader, I guess, but when I did use it, I was pleasantly surprised. You'll see in the footage, it just fits really nicely in all your corners, and then it really covers your lid in like 2 seconds because it's so big, but it doesn't get product everywhere else. Like, it was really, really precise. So I am really happy with this brush. I'd used it once before, but I think maybe just for blending, so I was blown away to see how it actually worked with just packing on color, and I really liked it. Because it's a bit similar to the shape of the contour brush, it probably could get a bit more precise in that crease and even maybe smoke out the lower lash line, I don't know, but I really enjoyed this brush as well. And as for another use, again, I think nose contouring. Because of the shape, I think it would just be really easy to get in there, and because it's fluffy, you could blend it out, it wouldn't be too harsh. On to the last two brushes. The last eye brush, which I called an eyebrow brush, but they call it an eyeliner brush. So as I said earlier, I'm not really sure if I could do eyeliner with this brush, but I have mentioned it as a use for it because that's obviously what it's for. I did my brows with this brush and it worked really, really well. I just think it's not precise enough for an eyeliner, or it's a little too soft, and so you might not be able to get the wing. But for the eyebrows, it worked really, really well. I was happy with it. Did I mention that's the 202? I don't know. And as for other uses, eyeliner obviously, or I also wrote the lower lash line because I feel like it's really precise. You could really get in there and just pack on the color and then grab a fluffy brush and blend it out. And I think it would work really well. Even like highlighting your inner corner, just really good for those precise little areas. And the final brush, I wanted to leave this till last because it had me the most intrigued. So this is the 101 foundation brush, apparently. I called it the weird brush because it's just a triangle, like a triangle with 3 flat sides, one bigger than the other. So it's just a weird concept, but Celeste was the one who told me that it was a foundation brush, and sure enough, when I went on the website, it was a foundation brush. So I tried it today, and I don't know if I did it right, but I just painted it on, as you'll see in the clips, and I was blown away. When I was putting it on, I was like, no, this is not gonna work. This is gonna be patchy. This is gonna be gross. This is just gonna not work at all. It blends amazingly. I don't even know how this brush works. I don't know its magic. I don't know why, how, what, who, when, but I really, really enjoyed this for foundation, and yeah. That's all I have to say about this amazing brush, which I definitely recommend now. And As for a alternative use, although you're going to use it for foundation, so it's going to be wet and thick with product, if you don't like it for foundation, I think it is the perfect shape for under eye setting because you can really get right in there. It's got a nice flat side and I just feel like that could work, or even concealer under the eyes. Yeah, basically this This brush has blown me away and I didn't think it would. Like, I hadn't used it today and I was going to say in the video, I'll be honest, I haven't used this brush so I can't really review it, but I can now review it and it's amazing. So that is all the brushes. Again, these cost me $11, which is half the price of even one of these brushes. I know I haven't washed them, but I don't think they're gonna fall apart when I wash them. I'm gonna be careful and gentle and I'm not gonna be getting water all up in there and ruining them. I've probably said it a million times throughout this video, but I am so happy with these. I couldn't recommend them any more. And even if you happen to not like them, they're like $10. You really can't go wrong. Pass them along to someone who might like them. There are no negatives with these. And if you haven't got your hands on them, which I know a lot of you have, then I definitely think you should. So that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope this review was really helpful. I tried to be super in depth. Like, as you saw, I had 2 pages of notes on pricing and, you know, what I use the brushes for. I wanted to make sure I had thought about it before I spoke and written it down, just because I wanted to make sure that I covered absolutely every thought that these brushes had given me, and I think I covered everything pretty well. If you have any questions, definitely ask below. So I'm gonna stop blabbing on. I feel like I've been talking for almost 20 minutes now, so it's time to wrap it up. And remember to like this video if you did enjoy it and subscribe so you don't miss any more of my videos. Thank you so much and welcome to my new subscribers. It means a lot that you are here and I hope you are enjoying my videos. I hope you all had an amazing Easter and long weekend. And if there's anything else you want me to review, you know the drill, leave a comment below of anything and I will get back to you and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!